We knew that when D-Day came, we would be involved somewhere or other. We didn't know where or when D-Day was going to be or where it was going to be. The CRA, that's the commander of the artillery of the division, and he was briefed and said, the airborne are going to take these two bridges, what is now called Pegasus Bridge, and at Ranville. We took off from Kieval, and then suddenly you heard an awful lot of shooting going on, and they said, we're almost there. The red light was still on, but they said, get up, hook up, and face the rear, because in the Sterling aircraft, which was long, narrow thing, you went down towards the rear, and they lifted up a huge door in the floor, and that's where you went out. You just toddled along, and then suddenly you were out. Suddenly, we're down. We got to our rendezvous point, and it was absolute chaos. You'd be going along, somebody, all who's there, and you had various code words. Punch and Judy, and Gilbert and Sullivan, this sort of thing. You say, I'm Gilbert. You're in the wrong bloody place. Go and... It was absolute chaos. Then in the early hours of the morning, as it was getting light, I said to the CRA, can I go and find my gun? Sergeant Parrish will be looking, where the devil am I? And they said, you're not going back. You're not joining him. We're giving him some people who are being sent out from England, reinforcements for those we've lost, dead and injured and so on. That we want you to go snooping around some of these wrecked gliders and see what you can recover from them. Gliders are crash-landed everywhere, and sometimes they couldn't get the jeep out, they couldn't get their trailer out, they couldn't get the gun out. But inside there was a lot of useful material. The Germans were watching. By then they'd got people forward, and they were looking, and they could see wrecked gliders, and if they saw any movement near, there was a burst of machine gun fire through the glider, and if you were anywhere near, unlucky. A day or two later, I found out that Bert Clements was all right, but Portman was killed. Sergeant Baker, who I'd also put in position down below there, he'd been killed. People ask you, what did you do in the war? And I'm able to tell them. I parachuted in at 10 minutes to 1 in the morning of D-Day. The gliders landed and seized the two bridges. I landed at 10 to 1 in the morning, 0040 hours. I was there. Nobody can ever take that away from me.